live.
It's live if you guys want to go ahead and share.
All right, Mackenzie, we can sit down. Guys, how are we doing? It is Rafael Feliciano and Mackenzie.
Hi, everybody.
We are here at Coast at Edgewater Beach Hotel. We are about to sample, taste, talk about your Restaurant Week menu, but most importantly, look at this view that I had the camera on. Awesome. Mackenzie, tell us a little bit about this hidden gem of the Coast at Edgewater Beach Hotel.
So, Coast at the Edgewater Beach Hotel is one of the few waterfront dining restaurants that we have here. All of our food is fresh.
You don't have to be so tight. You were fun. You were fun earlier. Just
okay.
Loosen up, girl. She's about to hold the camera. She doesn't have a lot to do after this.
This is true. I don't have much responsibility to this.
And eat. There's nothing else. And then go home later to a cooked meal. Well, that's another story. So
all right.
Let's start over.
Okay. So before Raphael embarrassed me, we are the only all-suite hotel on the beach at the Edgewater, and our restaurant is one of the few beachfront dinings. We are a hidden gem. I don't think a lot of people know we're open to the public, which we are.
Do you know how many beachfront dinings there are?
I think there's 4, maybe 5. So there's
4
Baleen,
or 5. Okay.
Turtle Club.
You don't have to mention all of them, but
okay, but there's few. I mean,
well, we can say Baleen because they're part of Restaurant Week.
They are, yes.
Everyone else, no, not going to talk about them. Most important, we're here at Coast.
Yes.
So you say that people don't realize it's open to the public?
I think it's because, a while back, I don't know if any viewers out there remember the Crystal Parrot. It was on our 6th floor, and it used to be private club dining only. And we are not that anymore, so we are open to the public, and a lot of people get the notion that they can't come.
Do you know JC? He said he worked there in the mid-1990s.
Well, I was probably like 3.
Oh, true.
So
I was 2.
I don't know him.
JC, I'm
sorry,
man.
JC. But we'll tell David you said hi.
I mean, JC, I appreciate it, but I was 2, she was 3. Probably didn't work out that way. Going back to the view. What can you tell us about the hotel? Capacity?
We're 125 all-suite hotel. We have 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, and 3-bedroom suites. We have the courtyard rooms, which do have stovetop cooking. So the rooms that you're looking at are our courtyards. And then the tower, which is what we're in and it's above us, does not have the cooktops, but they do have full refrigerators, full kitchen, full dining room, full living room, full bedrooms.
Awesome. And tell us a little bit, what else do we need to know? You are the new food and beverage director.
I am the new food and beverage director here at the Edgewater.
Congrats.
Thank you. And our Chef G, which you guys will meet in a little bit, is also our new executive chef. But he's awesome, and you guys will get to see all his food and hopefully come taste it through Restaurant Week.
Okay, awesome. Anything else? Anything else we need to know?
I don't think so.
You're not going to be here for Restaurant Week.
I know. I'm going to be in Alaska.
That's
bad timing on Raphael's part.
Yeah, dude, my bad. I'm sorry. But it's after Mother's Day, and that's what counts.
Yes.
So, guys, if you guys are just tuning in, and for those that have been watching and sticking with us, because we were at True Food Kitchen, awesome restaurant. We are here for Restaurant Week, May 31st to June 13th. $1. Oh, I got a question for you. So now this Restaurant Week, it's $1 from every Restaurant Week meal sold is going to the Sizzle SWFL FGCU Food and Beverage Scholarship, because we deal with so many restaurants, so many resorts and hotels that the number one thing we hear all the time is we need help. We need back of house. We need front of house. You're an FGCU alumni.
I am an FGCU alumni.
How do you feel about this scholarship and giving back to the high school kids and all that stuff?
I love it. The FGCU obviously got me to where I am. And Raphael did mention giving back to the high school kids. My whole time at FGCU, I actually worked with the Hyatt Bridge program every summer. So I worked with the high school kids, and my very first group of high school kids that I worked with, the girl just graduated with her degree in hospitality management.
That's awesome.
So it's pretty cool. Everything came full circle, and I think it's great to give back to the community. And ultimately, these kids are the future of our hospitality. So if we can influence them, then we can be prepared.
You're literally a student that would have probably applied for the scholarship.
I would have, yes, absolutely.
Because you went to the resort and hospitality program. Were you a local high school kid?
Yep.
You were a local Mackenzie is a local high school. This is the criteria. I'm going to go through it. You have to be a local high school graduate here in Southwest Florida. You had to have a GPA of 2.9 or higher.
Mine was a 3.9.
Wow. So 3.9 or higher. So she had that, and you had to enroll into the resort and hospitality program.
Check.
Which you did. So you checked all 3 boxes. And, you know, one of the things we want to do down the road is we want to see if we can somehow tie in Restaurant Week to direct internships with the restaurants.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that would be a perfect correlation if not only do you have to do the scholarship, but one of the requirements, you have to come to Coast and work on the beach for a semester or something like that.
If you can hang on the beach, you will make it anywhere in the hospitality industry here. I promise.
True
It's
story.
not easy.
True story. The closest I ever worked on the beach was Tommy Bahama. And
That's not even anywhere near
I
close
said
to the
the
beach.
closest I worked on the beach was Tommy Bahama. All right, so
Discredited.
Discredited. I'm sorry. So we've talked a little bit about Edgewater Beach Hotel. Now we're going to go talk about the food.
Yes.
And we have some special guests with us. If you guys have been paying attention to any of our social media, we've been trying to flood your timeline. So sorry if you're. Hopefully we're not. You know.
He's not sorry.
I'm not
if
sorry.
he was sorry,
I'm
he wouldn't
really
have
not
done
sorry.
it.
Restaurant Week, May 31st, June 13th. We have some special guests with us. We have Miss Sue Huff and Carol Kushner. No, Carol Davis. Carol with a K.
Carol with a K.
What's your last name, Carol?
Davis.
Why do I say Kushner?
Because it's on Facebook too.
Oh, see? Okay. Well, we're going to...
She has a lot of aliases.
Yeah, there we go. So we're going to get over there.
She was
with
a
those.
fun life.
We're going to talk to Chef G.
Yes.
Chef G Money is what I'm going to call
G
him.
Money.
G Money, and we're going to start looking at this food. So I'm going to switch
yeah.
off with Mackenzie. She's going to hold the camera. Her job here is done, and I'm going to go eat. So.
And his job's just about to begin. All right.
Awesome.
So everybody say hi to our guests.
Hello, Facebook.
Hello. Hello to Chef G and Gerardo Cruz.
Gerardo.
Chef, how are you?
Great.
Awesome. Thanks so much for this. Well, Chef, you are you are the new executive chef here at
Yes.
Costa Edgewater Beach Hotel. So, tell us a little bit about your background. I heard some stuff earlier. So, let everyone in Facebook world and the Restaurant Week know a little bit about you.
Originally, I was born in Mexico, but my parents came here to the States when I was 2. So pretty much, I grew up in Florida. I've been here a long time. I haven't lived anywhere else. I definitely want to travel. I like to travel. I like all kinds of foods, ethnic cuisines, everything there is out there. So
Awesome. So, and you worked with Coast back in the last Restaurant Week you were a part of. How was your experience? What are you looking forward to? All the goods, none of the bads, and I'm just kidding. But no,
Everything.
how was your experience?
last time we liked it. We enjoyed it. You know, it brought a lot of local people in, a lot of people that didn't know we were open to the public, and just everyone that was in the hotel, other restaurants, other chefs, other managers. You know, they like to dine out, so everybody came by and they loved what they saw. So
That's awesome. And we're going to go ahead and ask some questions to our special guests.
We are.
I want to say
And
thank
are
you
ready.
for joining us.
Thank you.
And introduce yourselves. Tell everyone. I mean, people know who you are, but for those that don't, let's go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Oh, me.
no, it's for
Oh,
both you.
of us. We're people. We love food.
We do love food. Carol with a K, E. Sue Huff.
Yeah, I'm Sue Huff, and I love food. So I was so excited to get to win, to come to Taste today. So, I'm like a kid in a candy store. So thank you.
Exciting. And then I get invited, so there's nothing better than a great friend who
You girls are
who
like
will
a
feed
tandem. You girls are a
Many
tandem.
times.
Many times. We do have individual lives, but you will see us a lot together. Yes.
Around food especially.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Well, listen, thank you girls so much for coming. So, obviously we're here to eat,
Yes.
so let's start talking about the food. Chef, if we were to come to Restaurant Week, where would we start? Where would we begin?
definitely, first start is the seared scallop. So it's
Okay.
a seared scallop that you can. We just salt, pepper, sear it. Get a nice crust on it. and then on the bottom is a chili cilantro lime sauce, and it's just a little bit of spicy, a little bit of kick, but that, you know, the coriander cilantro like taste to it.
Now, why did you go? I mean, that's a stellar amuse-bouche. Well, what made you guys go with that to lead off?
Just, you know, summer's coming around. It's a lot lighter. Not like a full appetizer. Usually tends to get heavy in the hot weather. So we just kind of want to get like a smaller bite, you know, this time around versus like, you know, the previous, we did it like closer to November. It was a little bit chiller, colder outside. So, you know, we went with a nicer app versus, you know, now it's just like, the heat is on.
Yeah. So how we're going to do this today, since we have two special guests with us, Chef's going to talk about the food, and our guests are going to eat it. And whatever's left over, we're just going to have. So.
All right, we'll try and save some.
That's
maybe.
Okay, leftover. Like, that's going to be a difficult one. Let's get the knife.
Oh,
Yeah.
you want me to cut it?
You want to do the honors, so we
Sure.
cut it in 4 pieces, 3 pieces?
Whatever you want to do.
Well,
cut it
what
open
I
so
want to do is this.
Everyone wants to see the inside. They want to see
Ooh, look
like
at
the
that.
works.
Ooh, look at that.
I think I can get 3 nice pieces.
Okay, look at this. I love, you know what I hate? I hate when you go somewhere and they do those little scallops and they go, this is a scallop. You know,
This
it's like,
is a scallop.
this is a scallop.
That's
But
right.
some restaurants have these tiny little scallops that you don't even qualify in the scallop family. But these, okay.
Yeah, it's a much larger scallop, so, you know, you get a better bite out of it.
I ate the whole bite.
That's awesome. How was it?
I'm gonna make mine
Fabulous.
go like this.
Beautiful.
Fabulous.
Chef, tell us, you told me, like, again, this was sweet potatoes on the top, right?
Yes,
Let's-
it's fine julienne sweet potatoes, and we just like quickly flash them in the fryer to get them nice and crispy.
Yeah.
Just all we do is just put a little bit of like sea salt
Can I
and
have
black pepper on top, just for flavor.
Right.
And that's about it. You know, I just give it some crunchiness, some texture to it. It just
Wouldn't you say sometimes the best seafood, it's really just about letting the fish really showcase its flavor?
yes, a lot of times they tend to mask, you know, like a lot of the main thing on, you know, like a scallop or fish or steak. You know, a lot of people try to marinate too much or sauce it too much. You know, here we just add it on the bottom just so like you pick a little bit off of it every time you take a bite.
That's awesome.
Okay, Raphael,
Say
that was
Oh.
Yeah, that's difficult for me to like pass it
Listen,
over.
Very hard. but
You
we
didn't
got
have to do
time,
that, but I'm.
No, we want you to take that. The sauce is just tangy enough to the.
Cheers. And Mackenzie, if there's anyone that says anything, comments, likes, guys, we're here for Restaurant Week. We're at Costa Edgewater Beach Hotel. Restaurant Week is May 31st, June 13th, and $1 from every meal goes to our Sizzle Southwest Florida Food and Beverage Scholarship to help local high school graduates that are interested in enrolling to the Resort and Hospitality Program and to really help and give back to the restaurants and to keep people here in the community and create jobs and the long-term effects. So we're hoping to have a big impact this year. And I'm going to enjoy the scallop.
Pretty awesome.
Is that pretty awesome?
It's
What a
the
great
sauce.
start.
Yeah,
It
it's got a little.
I mean, the scallop's great.
The scallop on its own just like lends itself really well to the sauce. You know, it's not so much the sauce itself, but you know, the scallop once it's seared, and again, just like I laid it on the bottom versus like drizzling on top. You know, you get a little bit.
All right, so what do we got next? So we had the
Can we
scallop.
give that one a thumbs up and a 5-star? Okay, 2 thumbs up and a 5-star.
All right.
Next is the watermelon mint gazpacho. We're rolling into summer. Watermelon, you know, it's always been a theme in the summer, and I kind of like it. It's just very refreshing, very simple. So it's just like watermelon, mint, diced cucumbers, a bit of like black pepper,
Okay, yeah, there you go. Keep going. We're gonna give it to them.
and
so
just some salt, you know. And it's
that's
just,
for y'all. You can share that.
in all reality, it's just a very refreshing amuse-bouche, you know. Just something to take in, and it cleanses your palate.
And when
But
you
it's
take it out the spoon, give it to Mackenzie so she can see it.
Oh, that's so. I've never had that. That is so. It is fresh, just really fresh. And
Does it have a nice citrus flavor?
yes, you want to taste it?
No, I'm good.
Now-
There's so many other things on this table that I want to taste too.
Now, Chef, would you normally eat it like this, or would you just take it and like do it like a shot?
do it like a shot.
Do it like a
Okay.
shot.
Who's
okay.
gonna shoot it?
I will. I will.
Rock,
Sue
paper,
will.
scissors.
We're gonna share
Rock,
it.
paper, scissors.
We're gonna share the
No, we
shot.
share. I'll just take one more taste and then Isu, puff.
No, I'll give you the last shot.
There it is. There it is. Chug, chug, chug.
Oh, she's sharing. And that's why we're good friends.
Oh, man. That's why you guys are good friends. If it was me and Guy, we would have shot it and been like, ha! Ha! We would have shot him and been like, ha!
That is good.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Nice mint.
So what is? So the watermelon is like pureed or
Yes,
something?
it's just like fresh watermelon. We just chunk it up and blend it with a blender, and then we just add chopped mint, diced cucumber, and then just finish it off with a little bit of fresh mint sprig.
Awesome. So we had the scallop, we had the gazpacho. What would be next?
Our next would be our salad.
Now this is awesome. Just seeing the presentation alone, that's really interesting. Tell us a little bit about that.
It's just we've always seen the playoff on like cucumber wrap, bouquet of garni, mixed greens. I just wanted to do something else, just like the prosciutto wrap. You always see like prosciutto on cheese board, artisan boards, but I think prosciutto thinly sliced lends itself really well to baby mixed greens and just wrapped, and then just garnished with heirloom tomatoes, a white balsamic vinaigrette, and pecans on top.
Awesome. Well, now we have our tasters.
Puts it right to us.
She knows.
We
She
know.
knows.
We know what's happening next.
She knows.
We have to try
But
this.
look, look at the
is.
look how pretty it's wrapped. So
It's
pretty.
too pretty
it's
to
too pretty
eat almost.
Yeah, it's too pretty
Almost.
to
Hey,
cut.
Mackenzie, get up close
into.
on that.
Look at this.
Almost,
We have both
but we're
forks.
going.
But look at this. This is just too pretty.
It is lovely.
See the art of wrapping.
The art of wrapping.
Because I've never seen a salad like this either, with the prosciutto wrapped like that.
No, that's awesome. I think that's really cool.
It's wrapped and it tastes
Now,
fabulous.
is that your creation, chef?
Oh, absolutely not. I've seen it, many places. I myself never done it. I always liked the idea of, just like the prosciutto and baby mixed greens versus just like topped on top, they're tossed around. But no, I mean, it's something, like that other chefs, other places I've seen in magazines and just TV shows. But, I just kind of wanted to bring it here, something, a little bit, I don't want to call it too much unique, but just, it's different from your regular tossed salad.
That's awesome.
It really is. I've eaten a lot of food in Naples, but I've never had a salad that looked like this. And I love, what are these, I never know what these darker red.
Just baby heirloom tomatoes.
Oh.
And if you notice them, there's like,
These are always so fancy.
those are just like your baby heirloom tomatoes that, they're grown and they have like these like weird looking colors, and sometimes they're known as like ugly tomatoes or,
And they still taste.
There's no such thing as an ugly tomato.
And look at the blue cheese.
I know.
but, we just, we order, locally, a lot of our tomatoes come from like Immokalee Farm, so, they're all locally grown here, so.
So you guys try to source as local as you can?
Yes.
Is that most products, all products? I mean, what you do what you guys can.
We do what we can, like we try to support the local farmers around here, citrus, like lemons, limes, tomatoes, they come off of like Florida or Immokalee or, Homestead, locations like that. And obviously same thing with like fish, black grouper. We try to get, we'll go into our fish once we get another entree.
Oh, okay. So are we gonna go into the entree, or is this an appetizer?
This would be an entree.
Oh, this is an entree. So you talked about fish. So let's talk about fish. You keep eating. We're talking about food.
Do you want to taste this?
No, listen. There's other things that I have on my eyes on. So don't you worry.
So,
So,
next,
Tell us.
entree item.
Let's start. Build it for us. How is this built? Go through the layers. Let us know what it is.
The first time I heard about black Chinese rice, I didn't know what it was. I had no idea. But when I went to Thailand the first time and I seen it over there, I was like just amazed by what it was, and I'd never seen it. I'm like, where does it grow and where does it come from? And it's just considered one of the superfoods. Chinese black rice, and then salmon.
For those that don't know, what is a superfood? Can you explain?
Not necessarily, but from what I've seen and understand is that superfood is just like very nutritious. It provides a lot of nutrients, vitamins,
Yes, you're right.
things like that. Quinoa is another one of those superfoods. But Chinese black rice, again, I've never seen, and when I did see it, I was like, all right, you gotta taste it, try it, and I personally like it a lot.
Yeah.
And a lot of
okay. So you have it's on a bed of Chinese black rice.
And then we just have Scottish wild salmon that is just farm raised, but it's very like the way they farm it over there is just like very unique. It's just very they let it grow out in the wild in the water, and there's like they feed it just like local things around there, so it comes out tasty. Doesn't have like discoloration, and it just lends itself to like just better flavor.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, Sue and Karole over here, are we ready for the next course?
Look, we
Take this away.
we don't want to waste food. You don't want that Raphael?
Yeah, no.
Oh, we didn't leave you anything.
I think
That's
I'll be
right.
okay with the few leaves of lettuce you guys left.
All right, Sue.
Now, I have never had this forbidden rice.
Forbidden rice.
I've never had forbidden rice.
Have you had other
It's
forbidden
just
things?
very earthy.
Okay, so I'm gonna, and I love
She's
salmon.
had other forbidden things. But
Now,
not forbidden
we're
rice.
saving you a piece of this,
Yes,
right?
we will.
Oh yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Well, I'm trying the rice first.
I'm gonna go a little rice. Look at this little rice and my little salmon together. And I can't.
Chop it up for the camera. Let them
Look
see.
at that. Look at that. You see that? Look at. Ooh, I love it when it's a little crusty on the top because
Yes.
is that with a little olive oil and then you like.
Yes.
I love that.
It's like
Getting
I
it.
don't like it when it's like it's when it's like moisty on top when you go to the
Yeah,
restaurant. It's like
sometimes they
this.
don't.
Did you
it
say
depends on-
moisty? Is that what you said? Did you just say moisty, Sue?
A new cooking term.
It's
Moisty.
That's
it's a food
that's a
term.
good culinary term. Little moisty on top.
So let's see these.
Go ahead, break it apart. Let me see.
And on top, you just get like a little bit of fresh Napa cabbage, just a little bit, peppers, mango, cilantro, pickled red onion, a little bit of lime vinaigrette on top.
Now, what is that lime? What does that forbidden rice remind me of? What's that taste? What's that forbidden?
Yeah, she said, "What is you're from? Like it's a familiar taste."
Yeah, like risotto almost or something.
Yeah, it's very starchy. So, you're going to get that texture of like the risotto, just that starchiness that risotto lends itself to.
Very good. Better
Raphael,
than
you
just
might
regular.
not get to try any.
No, listen, that's okay. If you can finish that, because I see a rack of lamb. Oh, now you want to share?
Now, the superfood, so
This
it's
is
like,
great.
sometimes when you feel like you go and you have something with rice, it's like, oh, I can't eat the rice because it's too fattening. But the superfoods, I mean, that's the big hot thing now. All this superfoods, like, so because they're so nutritional.
Good
Yes,
for
a lot of
everybody.
people that are just very healthy conscious
Right.
that, want to eat, I guess, I don't want to say more healthy, but just healthier.
Just be conscious of what you're putting in your body.
Yes, and that's another thing, it's just,
And for those of us getting a wee bit older, it's highly recommended to go towards the superfoods versus some of the other options. So this is lovely. Thank you.
Yeah, we are going to leave Raquel some of this. Okay?
No, listen, I'm fine. But you're not getting. We're tasting the rack. The rack of ram is getting tasted over here first.
Taste this.
Okay, here we go.
Taste that forbidden rice though, and the salmon. The salmon is cooked perfectly.
I know which pieces I want. I see the pieces.
He's going in. He's not.
All right, that might be a big piece. And I mean, not that I wouldn't have ate it, but not on camera. So, here we go. Cheers.
Cheers. And Raphael, how many restaurants are part of Restaurant Week this year?
Oh man, hold on.
Oh yeah.
That was good timing.
He said 71.
71. Newsflash.
That
71
cabbage is good.
restaurants.
71 restaurants. Newsflash. 2 weeks. 71 restaurants. 14 into 71 is how many? I don't know. That's a lot of restaurants.
Don't
a day.
ask me math questions
Math
live.
questions.
Our
She has
scholarship is
hard
for
questions.
food and beverage. It is not. it is
for
not
math.
statistics.
I'm
But she is right. Sue and Karole are right. Restaurant Week, for those tuning in, for those that are seeing this a little bit later, Restaurant Week, May 31st, June 13th. We have 71 restaurants, the best restaurants in Southwest Florida. If you can see behind us, this is one of 2 waterfront dining restaurants that we have with Restaurant Week. Come in here, taste the food. We are sampling their 3-course menus, different appetizers, some amuse-bouzes. We had some salmon. We had a scallop. We had a gazpacho. We're going to go into some chicken, some lamb, some dessert. For also those tuning in, we're with Chef G. He is the new executive chef over here at Costa Edgewater Beach Hotel. And Chef, we have this scholarship now where we're doing $1 from every restaurant week menu sold. $1 from every restaurant week meal sold is going to our Sizzle Southwest Florida Food and Beverage Scholarship. We want to help the local high school kids that want to be cooks and caterers and managers and really flourish in their careers in Southwest Florida. What do you think about something like that?
I think it's great. I mean, I myself, I went to Johnson Wells. I went to the local Lorenzo Walker school here, the vocational school that they had. I think it's a community college now.
Yeah.
This was, quite a few years back. I knew about the, I think it's like the ACF scholarship that they have locally here. And then they have, I think the Pro Start program that other schools, they offer, and, they kind of give everyone a big jump on just cooking, or they push them to go to FGCU where they have, the hospitality program. It's just one of those great things where, they help out locally versus, they try to send other people or you go to other universities.
Yeah, for us, it's all about the long-term impact. We want people to not just graduate here. We want them to live here. We want them to know that, hey, we can have a career in Southwest Florida. You can build your family, create your roots, and do all this other great stuff. So, thank you for being a part of this. We're going into the next course of Restaurant Week. Choose one. Where are we going to start?
So our next one is just our vegetarian option.
Listen, I hope we have some of our vegan vegetarian friends watching this. Amber's watching this. I guarantee that she's gonna comment. She's the co-owner of Millennial Brewing in Fort Myers, and she's a huge vegan vegetarian supporter. So tell us a little bit more about this dish.
This one came about just like we always have vegetables around, and it came about because of our Be Well menu, and I'm sure everyone around here, there's several other local restaurants that have the Blue Zone Be Well menu.
Oh, you guys are Blue Zone.
We are Blue Zone.
That's right.
I've been cutting this on Tuesday.
Oh, that's right. That's why I forgot. So, can you talk about Blue Zone and the initiative, or Mackenzie? Would you like to talk about it? You can turn the camera around. It's all good. It's all good. Well, yeah. So you guys are Blue Zone approved.
Approved.
That's
yes.
the terminology, right? And so this is one of your Blue Zone dishes.
It's a little playoff on the Blue Zone, but it is all vegetarian. It's vegan. We do the zucchini noodles and zucchini squash, yellow squash, roasted tomatoes, snap peas. And it has a garlic ginger broth.
Goes straight to us. Can I get another knife?
Oh, you wanted a knife also?
Yeah, thank you.
I heard fork.
How often do you think, Chef, people are coming in, and how much more are you seeing people ordering vegan, vegetarian, or asking for those options?
Actually, this one, since we started this, even before, it's been quite popular that, everyone asks for, vegetarian, vegan options. Right. And we've never had it on our menu, but, we're moving towards that, adding it on our menu so it's always on there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, ladies, what do we think?
Thumbs up. Mm-hmm. I would order this because I am supposed to be gluten-free. Suzanne, if you're watching, I'm not gluten-free yet. But I'm heading towards gluten-free. Told I have to. So I'm always looking for different things with nice flavors.
I'm a meat eater, so you know what I would like? I'd like this.
Sue, I like you.
I would like this as my side dish. I would like this.
Oh, yeah. So you go get a 12-ounce hanger steak, and then you get a side.
And a side of
veggies because it makes me feel healthy.
And you are.
Yeah, and
it's a good option. This is great. We'll save you.
But this item has been one of our more popular items on the Blue Zone menu. The zucchini noodle stir fry. So
zucchini noodle stir fry. So you're shaving it down like a noodle.
Yes, we have one of those little spiralers, and we put the whole squash and zucchini and yellow squash, and you can do a variety of vegetables, and you just kind of spin it around, and it has attachments to it that just automatically
That's awesome.
That looks fun.
Yeah, that looks
baby
delicious.
Asparagus, or those tender, nice asparagus, so it's nice and tender. It's not, sometimes you get asparagus and it's bigger.
There's a lot of green on that plate.
And then there's a lot of nice, pretty tomatoes.
Nice.
Very fresh.
Got tomatoes, asparagus, snap peas, garlic, ginger. your zucchini, yellow squash.
And just so you guys know, what we're gonna have in the next couple of days, when you go to sizzleswfl.com, we're gonna have it's gonna be an emblem that's gonna show you which restaurants actually have vegan, vegetarian options. This is the first year that we've been asking the restaurants to do so. So the restaurants that have been putting them on the menu. Some of them have said that if you do have any of those requirements, call ahead of time when you make your reservation, and they'll piece something together for you. But then you have some restaurants like Coast, the Edgewater Beach Hotel, with Chef G, and they actually have, one of the options, a vegan, vegetarian option.
Yes, and it all had to do with the Blue Zone movement, and they brought it along as we read the articles, and we really fell into like what they're doing and how to make everyone more conscious and more aware of just eating plant-based options.
That's awesome.
And you
That's
can
awesome.
twirl it. Look, you can twirl it just like you do your noodles.
We've got the double
So
twirl.
we got the double twirl going.
Double twirl.
And you can twirl because you can feel like you're eating noodles and you're twirling your noodles, but it's like nice zucchini.
Yeah, it's just all vegetables.
So, approved?
No.
2 thumbs up approved.
2 thumbs up approved.
Thumbs up approved.
Awesome. While they finish up here, Chef, we're going to move, because they're working very, very hard on that. Let's go with the chicken. We can't go with the lamb yet. We got to go with the chicken.
Our airline chicken breast. It's from Joyce Farms. Airline is just a term that that the industry has named it, but it's just a little bone-in chicken breast. And ours is Joyce Farms chicken. So very healthy, no additives, no it's not pumped with any fillers or anything. Just
No fillers, no additives. Joyce Farms.
Joyce Farms chicken breast.
Where's Joyce Farms? Is that local?
No, that I believe is in North Carolina, one of those farms up there. But we like their product. Again, it's just like very good. It's tasteful. You don't get that dry effect with the other chicken breasts that you find. So it's just very juicy, crispy skin.
So that's the chicken. What do you got underneath? Looks like you got some cool stuff underneath.
Underneath is just Yukon Gold mashed potatoes.
Yukon Gold mashed potatoes.
And then a little bit of baby carrots, colorful baby carrots. And then just a little bit of green herb oil, balsamic glaze, fig balsamic glaze on top.
See, having chicken on your restaurant menu is very exciting for us because most restaurants, they're showcasing, their steaks and their seafoods. Chicken is something that a lot of people eat already. So it's actually really nice to see that a restaurant's taking the chicken and making it fun at the restaurant.
Yes, I think people just oversee, chicken. They don't really see it as something that, customers or guests are going to like. But it's, you can make it very tasty. It lends itself to a lot of cooking methods, a lot of flavors.
Hi, Lisa. Look at this.
Okay, first of all, I was saving this little piece of salmon for you.
Oh,
We
you're a
were.
sweetheart.
It might not stay there very
But
long.
did you leave any of the vegetable pasta for me?
It is, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, this is what we're going to do. Save me a carrot on the next one. Okay. All right, so chop it up for them. Break it apart. Let all the viewers see what you're about to go through with this piece of chicken.
These are Yukon potatoes. Look at, because they're nice and there is a nice gold look to
Oh,
them.
boy, it does not look good.
Which is because sometimes people say they have Yukon potato. Oh, don't take that one. Okay,
Or the bottom one. Okay.
sorry.
We think we're finishing all of this.
But look
Oh,
at this.
boy, doesn't that look good.
Yummy, yummy, yummy. And then you have to put a little sauce and
And look at the pretty
in it,
carrots.
right?
And then this is, what is the purple?
It's baby carrots.
The purple is a baby.
Yes. Originally, the carrots were, purplish.
Really?
Or black is,
Okay.
the original carrot was that
Really?
color. And then, the industry and farmers, they started making it, white, orange, yellow,
I've
and
never had a purple carrot.
they taste just as delicious as your regular orange carrot.
Maybe I would like them better. I'm not a big fan of the orange carrot, so maybe the
She
purple.
loves carrots.
I'm not a big fan, but I'm going to try the purple.
Carol with a K doesn't like carrots with a C?
Exactly. So you see how that works? But I'm trying the purple carrot.
She's used to carrots like people that cook over and they're smushy and your grandmother might have cooked them like that or something. These are different. These are
I
just
like
a nice,
raw carrots usually, but
these
these
are
are
nice root plant. I've never had that.
A root plant. Look at you knowing your.
Yes.
She's got
Yes.
the terminology down.
So what do we feel about the chicken?
The
How does it
chicken's.
taste?
I always love chicken. Chicken is my go-to food. You know, I have a lot of go-to foods. I mean, salmon is a go-to food, but chicken is a nice. I fix chicken for myself, not like this, but because
I wish you would.
I know.
And invite me.
But look how nice and moist, and it's like then you put this little that olive oil.
Oh yeah.
It's just green herb oil. We use olive, basil, thyme, a little bit of like roasted garlic in it, salt, pepper, and then we just drizzle it around just for for that green freshness.
And the chicken. What did you use on the chicken? Because it's
Yeah,
light,
yeah,
but it's got a
get
nice
close up
flavor.
into that. Let people see
It
the
is.
food.
That the chicken itself is just such a great protein already. The way they grow it up there is just like the skin on it. The breast itself, it doesn't dry up. It lends itself to just grilling, roasting. Here we just like simply put salt and pepper, pan roasted it in a pan with olive oil. That the skin gets a little. That's
All
it.
that flavor comes
Yes,
from the chicken.
from the chicken itself.
Would you say it's juicy, like Chef was saying it was?
It is.
That's
The
awesome. That's a
flavor is
Joyce
different.
Farm chicken, right?
Yes.
But the flavor is different. It's definitely different. I like it a lot.
And guys, for those that are tuning in that are still with us, and this is one of the longer videos, but this is also one of the longer tastings we've had. Restaurant Week, May 31st to June 13th. $1 from every Restaurant Week meal sold is going to our Sizzle Southwest Florida Food and Beverage Scholarship. If you can see behind me, we are at Coast at Edgewater Beach Hotel, one of our waterfront participating restaurants, and an amazing restaurant with not just great views, but also great food. And we have our special guests, Karole and Sue, that they're here tasting, eating professionals. How has everything been so far?
Did you hire me for
I
this?
think probably the video's longer because you had other people tasting. We're like eating.
Yeah, we're not doing a
True.
tasting. We
This
are
is
actually
true.
enjoying the meal.
This is true. This
And
is
it's
true.
hungry.
We have to.
But see, and they're tasting the chicken, and I've been eyeing this rack that
Okay.
I'm tasting
been
before they are. There's no way. So,
Okay,
Chef,
you're right.
tell us a
You're
little bit about the rack so I can go eat this before them, before they
So
take
there's
it from me.
some
It's just New Zealand rack of lamb, just herb coated with herb oil, fresh herbs, rosemary, thyme, basil, and just again simply just pan roasting it and then throwing it in the oven for just a couple minutes just to get it to temperature. Underneath is just like a sweet potato puree with roasted garlic, cream, butter, and then just very simply, broccolini, saucing a little bit of like fresh like herb oil, little garlic, salt and pepper, and more butter again, just
More
the
butter.
richness in it.
So Nicole says that she thinks that they need to come here.
Nicole, you should come here. Here's a little bit of this. I'm tasting it before them because I know they're going to destroy this.
We saved you chicken. We saved you chicken.
Oh, it's a nice sweet sauce.
Yes, and then on top is just mint Jew.
Saving that for Rafi.
I definitely taste the mint.
And for me, I just with our demi, it just throw in a lot of like fresh mint in the sauce. Just let it steep for a couple minutes, and then strain it out, and then just drizzle it on top.
How do
So-
we do this?
How do you do it nicely? Because I could just
hold
do
it like
it.
this. I hold it like that. Okay.
Oh, look how good you're doing.
I know.
You can eat it just like.
So you did a better job than me.
I'm a professional.
You are a professional.
I know. Can you hold? I know. And I don't. Now that I'm like being videoed, it's like you feel the pressure of like.
Is that the right
I
knife?
think you're going.
I don't have the right knife, probably.
There we go. You got it. You got it. Keep going. You're almost there.
Oh.
Look at you.
Look at that.
That looks lovely.
Yum.
There we go.
Look at that. Look at that, Raphael. Look at this and look at the sweet potato. Ooh. We're kind of making a mess.
The reason I'm not asking any questions is because I'm eating. So I'm just hoping that Sue and Karole take this
Oh,
over.
we can do
Oh, my
Sizzle, Southwest Florida, May 31st to June 13th. 71 restaurants. That's a news flash. 71
Yes.
restaurants throughout Southwest Florida. Great menus like here at the Edgewater Beach Hotel on the water, one of two restaurants located on the water. This
Yes.
version of Sizzle Southwest Florida Week.
Yep.
And look at this.
Look at the food.
The only thing that you didn't say.
Oh my, what did I not say?
No, you said everything except for we have the scholarship.
Oh, the scholarship, right. $1 from every meal. This is very important. I love that you're doing this. $1 from every meal will be donated to Florida Gulf Coast University's hospitality,
it's
resort and
hospitality
program. They've got a scholarship up to, we're heading towards 50,000.
We're hoping.
Oh, we can do that.
We're hoping.
It's Southwest Florida. We can do 50,000. That's 50,000 meals. I love it.
50,000 meals.
So
$1 meal.
you know what's important though. It's like for people who haven't. I have friends and I go, "Have you done Restaurant Week?" And they go, "No, what is that?" If you have never done Restaurant Week before, you need to go to Sizzle SWFL.com because all the restaurants are listed there. The menus will be up. I don't know if they're up now or they're going to be up soon, but they'll be up. And
Some of them are. Some of the menus are.
Last Restaurant Week, it was the most difficult part about Restaurant Week is that you look through all the menus and you have to
Try
decide
to choose.
which one you're going to do each day.
That's right.
Because think about it, there's 14 days in 2 weeks and there's 71 restaurants. So this is a very strategic plan that you have to make for yourself. And you have to invite different friends because not every friend will go with you every night.
I
But,
will.
Yeah.
I'll
So
go with you
anyway,
every night.
it's an awesome deal. It's like there's so many restaurants that I would never go to or think about going to. It's like in season, they're crowded or they're maybe out of my price range. But during Restaurant Week, I can go everywhere. It's my secret,
Sue, you're hired.
Okay.
You're hired too.
I'm putting this in. I'm not putting this.
Oh, we've got that on
Oh,
video.
yeah,
You're hired.
Going in.
You guys, you nailed that. All right, so they're going through the lamb
We are.
with the broccolini.
Yes.
I went through some of the chicken. I was fortunate enough to taste that first. And now it's the dessert portion. We've got through some drinks. It's Restaurant Week. We've got through some drinks. We got through 2 courses. What is this lovely dessert that we have here?
Here we have our homemade key lime pie, and it's one of the recipes from one of the chefs that work with us and works with the company. And she worked in Key Largo, Key West, and she found this really awesome recipe with one of her chefs, pastry chefs. And we were fortunate enough for her to give it to us and tell us, okay, this is what you're gonna use, and this is what a key lime pie should be. So just fresh, nice custard. Underneath is just raspberry coulis, whipped cream, some fresh berries. So
And
please enjoy.
You guys make this in house?
Yes, we make this in house.
Do you want a fresh fork?
This is something all
not
the girls
really.
have been waiting for.
I'm good.
Okay, if you insist. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh
Now,
boy, I do love key lime pie.
this for me would be like nice 3 good bites, but I'm going to be dainty.
And share.
Look, I'm going to go, oh, look, a little bit of this, and maybe a berry. Oh, ooh. I can
going.
taste it already.
You talk, I'm gonna eat.
Oh, that's light. Very light. Very light.
Put it on that fork and show everyone. Let them see what it is.
I've been looking for a good key lime pie too.
Look at that.
I think this is the best in Naples.
And the raspberry, what do you call that? Puree on the bottom, right?
Is it potent? Is it a potent key lime pie?
No.
No, it's very light. You will
Very
let you
light.
taste it.
Well, that's why I'm asking, because I don't expect to taste it. So I might as well ask all the questions that I need to know.
We will let you
Here we
taste
go.
it.
We'll let you taste it. Here you go.
We might have to order another one, but
No,
we'll
we're
let you.
gonna. I'll be very.
It's very.
I'm not a huge
it's-
dessert
It's
person.
it's not biting. It's not.
No, it's very light.
overpowering.
It's
It's
very
just
light.
right. Just right.
Very light.
Yeah, a lot of times you get key lime pies that are just overly just
tart.
that tart, and then it's too much going on, and
Good. You want another bite?
I think it's just the right mixture of just
I
the
don't.
key
I
lime
do,
juice.
but I don't, because I do this. I have 50 more restaurants to
As
do
soon
this
as
with.
you said no, I was like, good. We're gonna do it. We'll
We
finish
had
it.
we went yesterday. We were with Mr. Tony Ridgway, legend here in Southwest Florida. His restaurant's been around 30, 40 years, and his key lime pies are more tart.
Yes.
This one not as tart, more sweet,
yes.
a little fluffy, a little light. So that's cool.
Yeah, no, it's the key lime pies that are out there, they tend to be a little bit more tart for our palates. But this one, it was just kind of more a little bit toned down, so it just lends itself to just more richness to it.
We didn't like it.
Awesome.
We should
Yeah, there it is.
We're fighting over the last bite.
Was that? Did you? I guess you guys gave it.
I like
an
a
A.
pie.
Okay.
Do you ship pies?
Sue, you said you're gonna have 3 little bites.
I know.
Carol, you said you were gonna be light on this. It's gone.
Did I?
Yeah.
I was not telling the truth.
It's yummy.
It was too good.
This
Can't,
is yummy
can't
too.
stop. Too good.
And guys, for those tuning in, we just want to thank everyone for watching. We want to thank Sue,
Oh, wait.
Carol.
Wait. I'm so dainty, but
You are
thank
dainty.
you.
Today's eaters with us. They
Not tasters.
not tasters. They were eaters. This was today's eaters. We're here at Coast at Edgewater Beach Hotel. Chef, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you guys for stopping by.
Anything you want to tell, the audience about Restaurant Week, about your food? Here's your last words. Go.
Just please go out and enjoy every possible meal that you can at different locations, and definitely stop by here at Coast at Edgewater.
Look at the beach. Look at the beach.
Obviously you get a great view, but just go out for the food. Taste everyone's food. There's a lot of food out there. Everyone's doing a phenomenal job.
You said you dined during Restaurant Week last time.
Yes, last time I went to Hyatt.
Oh, Latitude 26.
Latitude 26. They did a great job there too. Again, I was trying to get out more and try everyone's, just see what they have to offer here around locally,
That's awesome.
So.
And Chef said it himself. I mean, he's a chef. He lives here locally, and he himself is going out to other restaurants or Restaurant Week. It's a great opportunity, whether you're in hospitality, whether you're a local, whether you're just visiting, whether Sue said it earlier, whether you might see some restaurants that you might think is expensive, you don't normally go to, or restaurants you've been waiting to try. This is the time. This is the time because the restaurants are putting their best foot forward. They're putting their best menus together for Restaurant Week. You go to our website, Sizzle SWFL.com. We have 71 restaurants. It's the best of the best in all of Southwest Florida. Our restaurants go from Marco Island all the way down to Cape Coral. Well, Marco Island all the way up to Cape Coral. If Guy's watching this, Guy's going to be like, I always tell you to get...
Guy, you got it right.
Yeah,
Take 2.
Yeah, it was take 2. But Sizzle Southwest Florida, the best restaurants in Southwest Florida putting together their meals. The biggest thing, we have $1 from every meal is going to our Sizzle Southwest Florida FGCU Food and Beverage Scholarship because we really want to make an impact here locally. We want to help high school graduates that are going to FGCU that want to get in resort and hospitality. We want them to get through the program. We want them to work here, live here, create their roots, and we want Southwest Florida to flourish in general. So again, thank you guys for tuning in. We've destroyed all the food that's been put in front of us. Thank you to Mackenzie for holding the camera. And listen, we're going to be doing this again tomorrow and Saturday and then again on Monday. So tune in, like, share, throw some hearts, and that's all we got, guys.